before I start anything, before we go into the review, I'm gonna just ask if you guys haven't already, like and subscribe to WGTV. We're gonna still continue bringing you more power content every week, and also more movie and music news content, as well as I have a new program I'm starting called Motivation. Look out for that. I'll be doing a video soon about motivating concepts. All right, on to Power. Power just brought on the original theme song with 50 Cent and featuring Joe. Like, how real is that?
It was when that came on. I was like, yo, finally, we got something really good. I mean, he went back to the original. It's what the fans wanted.
It just felt like Power.
It felt like Power. It really felt like Power, and I enjoyed it. So shout out to 50. Good job. You looked out for the fans.
Yes.
So
I mean, you want to start off and
Well, this obviously I think this was the best episode. Episode 3. So I ended off with Tommy Goes. It really started off well. With Tariq, I'm starting to like him a little bit more now, especially coming from last season. This episode was great. It was really enjoyable. I think it was a little... My only complaint, which is not much, I think it was a bit unrealistic about the prison break. I mean, you really talking about breaking out Alicia Hemenez from federal custody.
And they looked like it was 161st in the Bronx.
It looked like it was out in the Bronx.
Because when I saw Lala standing, that looked like Grand Concourse.
Looked like Grand Concourse at the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. So, it's weird because we're from New York. We know that, but I'm 99% sure that's not a federal courthouse. That's like a local jurisdiction courthouse. So it was kind of weird that they used that for the courthouse scene, but it is what it is. Probably half the country won't even know that. But us being from New York, born and raised in the Bronx, myself, I know that I'm like, hey, that's the Bronx County Courthouse right there. So, that'll be my only little thing was the prison break. I thought it was a little unrealistic. But at the end of the day, we're watching the show for entertainment, so you can't really get too deep, like, oh, that's impossible, that would never happen. And you're right, that would probably never happen. That's like nearly impossible to really do. But overall, I enjoyed this episode.
Yes, this is a very good episode. I'm going to just do a brief recap. We start off with this episode we got Dre. We forgot about Dre. Like Eminem said. Shout out to Marshall Mathers, Eminem. We start this episode with Dre. He has his daughter. We got this guy, Donovan, who works with the Feds, AUSAs, trying to get this guy Dre ready for court to testify against Alicia Hemenez in the case. And upon getting him ready, it looks like it went wrong. It's like we started off and not even 5 minutes into the episode, guns is flaring, things is jumping on. We Rambo up in here.
With that scene, they just
like, fuck it out, like, oh, snap. Like,
that scene, I really enjoyed.
It was good.
I didn't like that Dre. I mean, he shot the what's his
name?
To me, I was a bit confused on that scene because I'm like, why are you shooting the dude that's trying to help you? Like, these Hemenez are after you. This dude is helping you. Yeah, he's a cop. Yeah, he's partially the reason you're in this situation. But why you killing him cold-blooded style?
And let me add on briefly to what you're just saying right there. This is why I totally get the title of the episode, Forgot About Dre.
Yeah.
Once he did that, it reminded me that, Dre, you should have been died.
You should have been
You should have been got a bullet upside your head. Ever since, it just made me remember, I'm like, this guy saved your daughter, And then you go and put a bullet. I ain't asked you to do that. Like what?
What?
And then it reminded me of how
shit.
back in episode season 4 when he jigged up the freaking the pastor.
The pastor, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He worked for you.
He's grimy, man.
In the park,
Dre.
and I was like, yeah, Dre, you shouldn't even have made it season 6, bro. There was no reason for you to be here.
You should have got him a while ago.
Should have got you a while ago. But continue. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, so I really didn't like that because later on in the episode, he winds up right back in federal custody.
Mm-hmm.
They got him, he's trying to escape through the train, whatever. He's at the train station. The feds end up getting him anyway, so I'm kind of like, all right, what was the whole point of you even killing the dude? It was like, why? Like the feds, you kill a fed, and you need help from them. So what are you doing? You getting back? You can never get back in the game because now you're a known snitch. You're labeled as a snitch. So what were you trying to do exactly? To me, I didn't understand his motive in doing that.
Yes,
his motive was to me a bit like
it was that was a bit off. I was just watching that. I was rewatching it a few minutes ago, and I was like. It was a dope scene. Maybe the writers wrote it in to be dope and for audience just to remember that Dre. You know what I mean? But as far as in the story, it didn't make sense as a motive, because it's like I was watching. Shouts out to Mark Dark TV. I was watching Mark Dark. He even agreed and said the same thing. Like it mathematically didn't make sense. You need the feds.
You need the feds
to help you out in what you're doing, and here you are killing a fed to just run back.
Especially the same guy that helped you with your daughter when your daughter was crying. That didn't make sense. He was like, "Hey, I
would have rather one of the Hemenez shot him while protecting his daughter."
Exactly.
He's like, "Here, take your daughter. I ain't gonna make it."
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And then Dre, you know what I mean? That would have made more sense if one of the Hemenez dudes who was coming to get Dre, if he would have popped Donovan, and then Donovan in turn gave Dre the gun, and Dre pops the guy and takes his daughter and flee, I would have respected that better. It would have made more sense. It goes, visits Tate, as Tate was, what's going on as far as, funds, this Queen's Child project thing that you got going on and everything like that. So it seems like Tate is still doing some underground, little grimy stuff. He got this new girl from, I don't think she's from DC. I forgot what her name is. I really didn't really care too much about the character. Yeah. But it looks like they want to make her somewhat a potential, I don't want to say a love interest for Ghost, but someone who's going to be some kind of in the mingle type of thing. When I see it, I seen like Ghost was talking to Tate. He looked over the window to the other office and to see who was that, who was the girl. Mm-hmm. He asked him, and it looks like Ghost is setting his tights on the girl to kind of like do what he did to like Fancy from Jamie Foxx last season, to see if he could manipulate her to help Tate benefit from the Queen Shot Project with having her on his side. So I don't know. I see Ghost manipulating and trying to use the girl in some kind of way that it may benefit his situation.
Yeah, and with that story, I'm not too much interested. Like
me neither.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna have something to do with the story. Like
it probably will build up into a bigger plot. It'll build up
to something bigger, but I don't really care too much about that part because I'm still more in discovery mode. All right, where are they going? So I'm taking that more episode by episode, so I don't really care too much about that aspect. It was funny to see the white dude. I forgot his name. But yeah, it was funny to see him again. Ghost action.
Okay. Well, listen. You mean Simon Stern?
Simon Stern.
You asshole. You know what I'm saying? Simon Stern. I mean, he's a good actor anyway.
He's a good actor.
He's a good actor in the movie. I first noticed that guy. I'll pick up his name later, but I first noticed that guy in the Titanic. Yeah. He was the guy who built the boat. I always remember him from that. And every time I see him in every movie, I remember him. Yeah. But Simon Stern, he looks like Ghost needs some money.
He's right there.
Because Jason's not playing with him. Mm-hmm. As you see, he got Ghost nuts and hands tied together. Yeah. So I don't know. Ghost look like he's. I've never seen him in a situation where he was that tight or desperate on money. Like
that's true. Yeah.
Like before, like maybe desperate on needing some work as far as like drugs shipments. Like let's say Lobos,
Lobos,
like that. Let's say they're saying that we're not giving nobody no more work until we find out who did this and who did that. That would usually only be a struggle for certain things, whether it's his club or something. But right now, it looks like he's tight on money because he needs money to do almost everything that he needs to do.
Yeah.
Pay Jason off, get this Queen's Child project thing moving on. Tasha needs money. There's so much things involving money. There's a part where I'm skipping a little bit forward, but there's a part where Tasha got to a new place. Tariq comes over because
that scene was funny.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna flash back to that because I really want to get back to this FA girl.
Yeah.
And what's she all about? Because I don't know. She's I have two lanes for her, but I just quite don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? She seems like she could be realer than Lakeisha, but she might even be more damaging than Lakeisha.
Yeah,
Let's see.
might be.
But the one part
yes,
right. The one part I was noticing is that Tariq was over, had that they were eating Chinese food, his mom, and I guess she's discussing stuff, and he's like, "Mom, like what, when I'm asleep, she's at the sofa," and I guess she's getting frustrated because she doesn't have the luxury that she used to have, and now she has to be forced to find money. There's no safe to go open in the bedroom to go find money. Now she has to get a job or do something to get money, and he takes out money, a stack of hundreds, puts it on the table. She's like, "Where you get that from?" And he's like, "Kanan gave it to me." She's like, "Boy, get that away from me." And you still see in his head like, "You need the money. Like, what's the big deal? Kanan wasn't that bad. You need the money," and she refuses to take that money regardless. Let's flash back to the whole Tariq thing. Like, what do you think about this? I just want to ask you, what is this FA girl? What do you
So I would say, I saw 50's interview on the Breakfast Club. I think it was today.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that.
Yeah, I saw his interview, and he made a good point. I see where they're going, and I like it, because he made a point that this might potentially be like the new Ghost Tommy and Tasha type going on. So he basically
he kind of confirmed that. Everybody else kind of...
It ain't confirmed, but he kind of
whispered that a little bit.
He whispered that. And he also said the story isn't ending after the season. It's, there's going to be different characters, but it's not ending specifically, the story. So with that, I see where they're going. I like it, because now you're turning Tariq into someone who was very unlikable. He's probably, I think, at one point, the most unlikable character.
Yeah, I think he might even pass Dre.
Yeah, even past Dre. But now they're building him up now. Now you see him, moving weight. Now you see him, doing things now. And I find that interesting, and I like it. And I like what they're doing there. So, what do you think?
No, I think I see it too. I feel like, before, like, it looked like in these other seasons, Tariq was doing dumb things, and it was like, for what? Like, and still in all, what he's doing is still like, all right, Tariq, just go to school, whatever. But again, like I brought that scene up with Tasha, it made me for once time only to really only understand that Tariq is finally sees that, like, when he put that bill, those $100 bills on the table, made me feel like, okay, like, all right, the purpose of you doing all this stuff has now a purpose, What I'm saying? Because now I can help my mother when she needs it. You know what? Forget it. We don't need that. Here's the money.
Yeah, I agree. I see that's where they're taking it. With Tariq, I'm still more interested if he's gonna take Ghost side or Tommy. And when it comes down the road, I still think personally he's gonna pick Ghost, but we'll see. So next, the heist, the break-in.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, how did you feel about?
Like, I'm trying to think of Ghost's mindset. Like, what exactly did he have planned? Like, you go to a federal courthouse, Dolo, like, by yourself.
I felt like his part was so irrelevant.
Yeah,
it felt like it was so relevant, and I'm sorry, Ghost, you my man, bro. You my favorite character, but I felt like at this point, Tommy got you.
He got you. Tommy got
his whole thing was situated. You was gonna go there and make yourself exclusively hot. Dre even recognized that you was there.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, what? Like you coming in as the elevator repair, whatever you was doing, and so I'm like, what was your plan exactly to bust Alicia Hemenez out? Were you just going there to scout out? Like what exactly? It was like you had no like you. It was almost. I'm like, what were you thinking, Ghost? It made no sense what you were doing. There's no way you were gonna be able to do it. Like, come on,
right.
You know?
There was no way.
Yeah, there was no way. It was no way. And to be honest, like I said or mentioned earlier in the video, I think even from Tommy and Ghost, it was both unrealistic. I don't know how you busted someone out of federal prison, a federal courthouse. That's insanity. It's almost impossible. From a 9 to 10, it's like probably a 10 and impossible or 9. But like I was saying, I didn't know what Ghost was doing. Tommy, all right, his plan made sense. I still think it was a bit unrealistic, but his plan made a lot more sense. A lot more realistic. But even then, like with the whole bathroom situation, I was
yeah. That one didn't.
Wait a second, like so one is out of service, so the cop doesn't check, and then she just walks out the bathroom like just dolo without any. Hey, what are you doing?
Were they that she coughs herself in the bathroom toilet?
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
I don't know.
Shit just didn't, like I said, we watch this stuff because it's entertaining. We don't want to nitpick too much. I hate when I hate when people do that, but to me, I'm like, come on, you gotta do a little bit of a better job, a little bit more. You have to make it a little bit more realistic or a little bit more doable. Where I can say, okay, I can see that happening. But that, no, come on.
What about Alicia Hemenez, right?
Yeah.
She went out like a G.
She went out like a G.
She went out like a gangster.
She really did. She really did.
It was one. I was like, she had some balls.
She did.
She made sure that
she ain't snitch. She's the opposite of Dre. She's the opposite of Dre. She didn't say anything.
She's letting you know she is true to the core of what she was. Like I guess whatever introductory. Because I remember when they first introduced the Hemenez to us, I was like, yo, these are some crazy ass couple or brother. I don't know who they are.
Couple brothers, some crazy Mexican.
You know what I mean? Because they used to shoot and have the little baby there, and it was like I was like, oh yeah, y'all.
They don't play around.
Yeah. You guys are really. It kind of gave me somewhat of like a little bit of that feeling of when I used to watch the. I don't know if you ever seen the Narcos.
I've seen Narcos. Yeah, great on Netflix. Great series.
Great series. I love Narcos. Yeah. Yes, if you guys haven't seen Narcos, check out Narcos.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Narcos is a great series on Netflix. It's mostly in Spanish. You don't speak Spanish, but it has like English subtitles. You guys could catch on to that. But in this one, she made me feel that the strength of really the audacity, the strength and audacity that she has being who she is, and she's not willing not to let that go to death. Like it lets you know that all this was purposeful. I guess the whole thing about snitching and having an organization, people have organizations, and then in the end you snitch. Let's say like Dre. Now Dre, you put in all this work. Like I remember you, Dre first debuted like in season 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you see him, you kind of get like, oh, he's a real dude. This guy, like Kanan got him under his wing. This guy, but then. And even, as you was being manipulated, I'm like, okay, we're still giving you that real dude aspect. Yeah. But then I should have known, once you switch sides over to Ghost, and he's working with Ghost, should have made me know that you're a funny dude. If you real to who you are, you would have never got with Ghost. And you would have let Ghost put that bullet in your head in his office a long time ago. So anyway, let me not go too far off. Alicia, okay? What is it, Jason asked her,
or just give me all your ports or locations, your routes, some shit like that.
There you go, all that. And
she
asked for a cigarette, preferably a Newport. Got that, put it in her mouth, lit, it gave her a light, she smoked it, took like maybe 1 or 2 puffs, and she just
said no. Yeah.
She said, what did she say? Go F yourself, pretty much.
Yeah.
And she said,
and even that scene, I think, move a little forward, I think Tommy made a good point where Like, he went through all of that, and you just kill her. I mean, come on, man. Like,
he made himself exclusively hotbox.
To me, it's like, I don't know if they're trying to portray Jason, the East European guy, as a, like it's a hotbox, or it's something the writers, I don't know, put.
Or if you just want to put Tommy and them all in Front Street and kind of like.
I don't know if it's just like maybe the writers did something, but I think it's more they're trying to portray Jason as just one of those extremist type characters. But yeah, because I was thinking too, like, really?
Yeah, because
all of that?
Because a lot of what Jason is doing, the only thing is that the thing about Jason, he's not a guy who strikes me as frightening.
Yeah.
You know, but what he's doing is similar to Milan. Milan was like that.
Yeah.
But Milan, you know, you know,
bit unpredictable.
Milan, you know, he wasn't playing a lot of times. You know, if you and you felt that more. So Milan said, "Listen, go get that Hemenez lady, or otherwise things are gonna start happening." You really know that, things are gonna start happening.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what they trying to make Jason like that. He's as, you know, maybe horrifying as Milan is.
Yeah.
You know, if you guys haven't seen Milan, watch Power Season 3. You're gonna see Milan and that whole storyline. See what happens. But anyway, Jason, after Alicia gives him that answer, Jason puts 2 bullets in her.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that's it.
That's pretty much what happened there. Yeah. She went out like a G.
She went out like a G.
Bullets smoking all over her face.
And even afterwards, like the Fed reaction, it was kind of like, if some shit really happened, imagine El Chapo or someone like that escape and they're found dead. Imagine like if El Chapo or someone escapes and they're found dead nearby, whatever, this will be on the news, CNN, everywhere. And I feel like the Fed, you know, especially Sachs and even their office, their reaction was more like, hey, Alicia Hemenez was found. It was just more like, when you're speaking to Dre about it, whatever, it was just like, you know, like I said, it was just, because I feel like their reaction should have been more, what the fuck? What happened? Like, oh my goodness, you know?
Yeah,
like, this way it went way up to the Attorney General of the United States, what's going on? How on earth is someone in federal custody?
The governor of New York.
Yeah,
the president would have been speaking about this because it's just too much.
In
New York City, at the New York City, you know, the New York State, you know that. You know, especially after September 11th, these kind of crimes to that level.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To law enforcement, doing things, taking criminals from law enforcement. Nah. But anyway, it's fiction. Yeah. It's a show, so it's power. This is a show. I mean, it's for our enjoyment. So we'll see. I mean, how they conclude that moving along. So that happened. You know, Jason looks at Tommy like, you got one up on Ghost, and which he did. And later on, you know, obviously Ghost goes to Proctor, talks to him, I need money, I need things to do, whatever. Obviously, and so on. After that, we had Simon Stern, Black Ball Ghost again with this Queen Star project, and let him know that part of Raina's legacy belongs to him, which we're going to see, I guess, Ghost go either back and forth. Who knows? Maybe finally this season Ghost puts a bullet upside Stern's head and does something. I don't know.
Nothing with this show, nothing really surprised me if they end up killing Stern. Even Tate, if he gets killed. Like, to me, nothing really. I can really see anyone kind of dying here, except for maybe. Well, it's the final season, so I won't say the main characters really. I mean, I think it will happen eventually, but it wouldn't surprise me if anyone gets killed. But yeah, I think kind of going towards the end of the episode, now we're starting to see Tommy is like, you know what? I really don't need Ghost. Like, we're starting to now, now he even got that. Even Jason told him, like, you know what? I didn't think you would be the one to even break Alicia out. You know, I was putting my money more on
It
Ghost,
seems
but
like Tommy,
you got it. So it seems like now Tommy is like, all right, maybe
that
I
he's
really,
finally in that
I'm
boss
finally
position.
like I can finally do shit myself. I don't really need Ghost or his assistants to really do anything.
Absolutely.
You know, and at the end of the episode, that final phone call, I think really confirmed it a lot more than I think people realize. You know, goes like, hey, let's team up and take out Jason or whatever, this guy, you know? Tommy's like, fuck off, man. Like, you know, it's...
Yeah.
You know?
And then Ghost messed up by
yeah.
saying, like, we said, when Tommy asked him, why should I team up with you? And Ghost said, it's because I was always better than you. And Tommy was, and I guess Tommy he looked at that and said, oh, okay, you still think that you running the situation here.
Yeah.
And Tommy told him F off.
Yeah, and I think this episode really kind of, because Ghost is by himself. Who does Ghost really have? This is by himself. Tommy got a whole crew, so it's almost like and don't get me wrong, Ghost is still dangerous by himself, but overall,
right, but
overall,
his pack of wolves ain't there. You know
exactly.
You don't have his pack of wolves. So I mean, that was pretty much some the episode of Forgot About Dre in a nutshell. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys got to watch it. It's on Stars.
Yeah.
And a question of the day. Who's your most hated character? Was it Tariq or is it Dre? You guys leave your comments down below. Let us know your thoughts. Who's your more hated character? And maybe the next video that we do of Power, I'm gonna actually reveal who's my most hated character between the two, and whatever like that, and we'll continue on to there. And don't forget to like and subscribe onto WZTV. We got more Power content coming your way. See you on the next episode of Power, season 6, episode 4 review. Anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
So you got your boy Dub Z.
40 Cal.
You're watching Dub Z TV.